All right, some breaking news coming in at this moment. A leading newspaper report has suggested that Tiger Memon rang up the family on 30th of July, 22 years since he fled the country. Mumbai police have once again heard 1993 blast mastermind's voice. Mushtaq Tiger Memon, one of India's most wanted, rang up the Memon household on the family landline number just 1.5 hours before his young brother Yaqub was to be hanged. A Mumbai police wing monitoring the number recorded the conversation between the fugitive and his mother. The newspaper has accessed a copy of the transcript of the purported conversation. According to the transcript, instead of grieving for his brother, Tiger was talking about revenge in the conversation with his mother and another family member. Mumbai police officials listening in on the conversation have identified Tiger's voice and are concerned about the prospect of retaliatory terror attacks, as Tiger is heard promising his family that he would avenge Yaqub's death. Sahil Joshi now joins us on the phone line. Sahil, this is huge as far as the investigators are concerned, because it seems almost after 2 decades, they seem to have chanced upon a conversation between Tiger Memon and the Memon family.
Although, Sanket, right now, Mumbai police is not officially accepting that they have recorded such kind of a conversation. But yes, definitely that Mumbai police has been monitoring movements around Yaqub Memon's house on that particular day, because they were definitely being this is very sensitive, they were expecting some kind of a retaliation. So that kind of police force was deployed, and also the intelligence units of Mumbai police were on their toes. So they were also listening into the calls coming in, going in, and they were monitoring such kind of calls. Now, this report claims that Tiger Memon called on the landline of in the Alusani building where the Memon family stays at this point of time, and spoke to his mother. But if they have this conversation and if they have identified Tiger Memon's voice, it reiterates that Tiger Memon is still alive, and he's still planning to have similar kind of an attack in retaliation against Yaqub Memon's hanging. So Mumbai police will have to be on alert because they already know that what Tiger Memon is thinking about it. But they do keep monitoring such kind of activities of the underworld, especially the underworld Daud gang, which normally is in Pakistan and operates from the Pakistan. So they have most of the information about this. But officially, Mumbai police is not accepting that they have recorded such kind of conversation. Also, the Home Department is not confirming us yet.
Sahil, we are in fact saying that this is a newspaper claim. There is a report that Tiger Memon has reportedly called home. There is, as Sahil is mentioning, no official confirmation to the same. Isn't it, Sahil?
Yeah, it is. There is no official confirmation yet about police recording such kind of a conversation. But we definitely know that police was monitoring many calls coming in and going out from that particular area, especially from the house, because the case was being sensitive and they were expecting some kind of retaliation. And if they have got the voice samples of Tiger sample again, then it becomes really huge. But normally such kind of calls are made using VoIP software. Because of that, the location cannot be identified, that from where exactly that person was calling, and it has become quite a routine practice at this point of time.
Okay, Sahil, what usually normally is the drill? Because so far, perhaps this, reportedly is the first time that Tiger Memon is speaking on the landline to his family.
Yeah, this is for the first time. Then the police can claim that they have the voice samples of Tiger Memon. And if tomorrow they get some more evidence that they can use such kind of voice samples, we have seen during 26/11 cases that the voice samples of the handlers were identified and then were given to the prosecutors in Pakistan, also to the FBI, and that was used in the legal cases during the 26/11 trial. So having Tiger Memon's voice sample, if they have recorded a statement, then that's quite a huge information what Mumbai police has, and they also know now that what Tiger Memon is planning to do and how he is planning to have a retaliation. So accordingly, the police can be on alert expecting some kind of a retaliation against after Yaqub Memon's hanging on 30th.
Okay, Sahil Joshi, many thanks for joining us at this moment. So that's the latest that we are getting you at this moment. A newspaper has actually reported a conversation between Tiger Memon as well as his family. He called up the family minutes before the execution of Yaqub Memon, and he pledged revenge. In fact, according to a transcript which is in the possession of that newspaper, reportedly the transcript says that instead of grieving for his brother who was about to die, Tiger was talking about revenge in the conversation with his mother and another family member. Mumbai police officials who were reportedly listening in to the conversation have identified Tiger's voice and are concerned about the prospect of retaliatory terror attacks, as Tiger is heard promising his family that he would avenge Yaqub's death. The fact that a call was reportedly from Tiger was intercepted, the newspaper says, was confirmed by officials from security agencies and in Mumbai and Delhi. However, the newspaper also says that they tried getting in touch with the Additional Chief Secretary Home, KP Bakshi, who said that he was not aware of any such phone conversation, and neither did the DGP or the Director General of Police of Maharashtra actually confirmed this particular report. All right, some more breaking news coming in at this moment. A threat letter has been received by Justice Deepak Mishra of the Supreme Court, who pronounced the verdict on Yaqub Memon. The letter is written in Hindi, which says, "Hum tumhe chhodenge nahi," which loosely translates in English that we will not spare you. Let's go across to Anusha, who joins us at this moment. Anusha, when was this letter actually received by Justice Deepak Mishra?
Sanket, what the sources are indicating to us that this letter was received last night at the residence of Justice Deepak Mishra. And as you pointed out, he's the same judge who delivered both the key judgments, also the midnight judgment which led Yaqub Memon to the gallows, and also the earlier judgment of the Supreme Court. He was heading both of those benches. Also remember, this is not the first time that, such kind of threat letter has come. Earlier, of course, there was no explicit threat. However, there were strong rumors, and the security of these judges had also been tightened by the Delhi police. So there have been certain sorts of speculations going around as far as the security of these judges are concerned. But of course, this is a very important development coming in. Of course, quite worrisome when a judge of the Supreme Court receives a threat letter at his residence.
Now, what has been done with this letter, Anusha?
Well, the Delhi police is looking into the matter, and of course, the security of these three judges, not just Deepak Mishra, Praful Pant and Justice Amitav, has been tightened ever since they have given the verdict on Yaqub Memon. So, of course, the police and the security is on the high alert and looking after that there is no untoward incident that happens.
That's right. Anusha, you were talking about security being increased. Can you just tell us a little more about, this fact that how seriously is the Delhi police looking at this threat that has been given to the judge? And if you could also tell us a little about the fact that you were mentioning that it's not the first time. In the past also such threats have been received by judges who deliver, controversial verdict.
Correct, Sanket. See, if I were to take you through the security measures that are happening, even before any kind of explicit threat was received by the judges of the Supreme Court, especially Deepak Mishra, Justice Amitav and Justice Praful Pant, Delhi police was on the high alert taking a precautionary measure. However, especially after the midnight hearing at the Supreme Court, when the Supreme Court said that no going and, Yaqub Memon must go to the gallows, especially after that time, the security was very high for these three judges at their residence. Especially the Delhi police was, picking up from the security, from the intelligence that some kind of incident could have happened. Also, if you remember, even that day at the Supreme Court, when the hearing was happening, there were a lot of protests and there were a lot of antisocial elements protesting out the Supreme Court. So the pressure was from both the sides, people in favor of Yaqub hanging and people who were opposing the hanging of Yaqub, because this is always a controversial issue. And of course, even in the past, we have seen that whenever, you see these kind of controversial judgments coming in, judges do become a point of target. However, so far in the history of this country, we have not had an incident where a judge had to face some bad situation. The security forces always take care of that, and we hope that this is the case this time also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anusha, many thanks for joining us at this moment on this breaking news story.